Just before the end of 2023, we took an exclusive look at the brand new Mini Cooper Electric inside a special pod from Mini UK. But I'm excited to say it's finally here, the brand new J01 Mini Cooper Electric. And in today's video, we're going to take our first look at the car and also take it out for a drive. I'm Harry from Sycamore Peterborough and you're watching the Sycamore Mini YouTube channel. So here it is, the brand new Mini Cooper Electric, and I know you're all very excited to find out all of the latest stats and figures and discover those new features on this new model. But before we do so, let's just take a quick look back at the history of the fully electric Mini, which first came in the form of a Mini F56. The previous generation of Mini first released 10 years ago, back in 2014. It only feels like yesterday. And of course, back in 2014, when the F56 was designed to be solely an internal combustion vehicle. But in around 2020, Mini decided that they wanted to make that a fully electric variant to reach the fully electric EV market. And to do so, they were faced with a big challenge of fitting a fully electric motor, an electric battery pack, and an efficient electric charging system within the F56 chassis. However, they did a terrific job, and the result was Cooper-esque performance at around 190 brake horsepower, a range of around 80 to 120 miles, and DC fast charging of up to 50 kilowatts. The new Mini Cooper Electric comes under the model code of J01, which means it's completely new, it's completely different, and it has been designed from the ground up to be an electric vehicle. So a chassis now better suited for an electric battery pack. This one, of course, having the larger battery pack, more better suited for an electric motor, such as the one underneath the front here, and more better suited for that electric charging system. With that little bit of fully electric Mini history covered, it's now time to take a look at this lovely brand new Mini Cooper Electric. So this model I have here is the Mini Cooper Electric SE, the more powerful model. It also comes available as a Cooper E, and it now starts from around £30,000, which is £2,000 cheaper than what the F56 Electric started from. The Cooper E offers similar to performance to the old one, 170 to 190 miles of range, and is available in a level 1, 2 and 3. So Mini have made specification nice and simple for us. Specification in terms of levels remains the exact same for the SE. We just get an increased power up to 215 brake horsepower, which means a reduced 0 to 60 time and even more go-kart-like feel. And we've also got that increased range of 230 to 250 miles, as well as a 20 kilowatt increase on charging speed from 75 kilowatts maximum DC to 95 kilowatts maximum DC on the SE. The example I have here is finished in this gorgeous brand new colour called Legend Grey, very similar to the Thunder Grey seen on the F56, and that was one of my favourite colours, so it's definitely fair to say that I love it on this new J01. It looks absolutely stunning and has a really nice pearlescence, especially in the gorgeous warm sun today. At the front, we've got these brand new Mini headlights. They still very much resemble those on the previous F56, that iconic circular design that Mini have been known for since the 60s. A nice, bright LED circle around the edge there, and two lines now in the middle, which not only allow the car to give you a signature wink when you unlock it, something that was a novelty back on the original F56 and that everybody loved, because why wouldn't you? A lovely LED unit in there as well, very bright at night, and these are also adaptive headlights as standard as well. And for the first time ever, you can customize the design of this light as well via the OLED display inside, which we'll take a look at shortly, meaning that you can go for the JCW styling, which is two simple lines, Classic, which is all the way around the ring, and Favoured, which gives you both lines and the full ring illuminated all simultaneously. We've got the lovely black Mini badge here, following on from the LCI2 variant of the previous F56. A nice gloss black smooth centre front here, with a little bit of grille at the bottom to help cool the battery and run the AC system. And one of 4 360-degree vision system cameras, a new feature on the Mini Electric, as well as that radar sensor for the adaptive braking, of course, which recharges the battery, and that fully adaptive cruise control, as well as assisted driving mode, which we'll also explore later. And with this being a sport trim, we have the brand new John Cooper Works badge on there, symbolising that this is equipped with the full John Cooper Works Sport trim pack. Again, something which we'll notice as we go around the vehicle. And now we make our way around to the side of the brand new J01 Mini Cooper Electric. And you will see it still looks mini, but it also looks a little bit different. And again, that's because it's a totally brand new and redesigned vehicle. We've got these lovely new flush door handles from Mini, helping to make the bodywork more aerodynamic and of course work towards extending that EV range. These flush door handles also have comfort access built in them. However, for the first time ever on a Mini, you've also got lock and unlock on approaching and when walking away. So you can actually program this vehicle to lock and unlock before you even reach the handle. How cool is that? We've got brand new redesigned mirrors as well, with blind spot warning and a lovely bright LED indicator built into the side as well. Working on that flush bodywork, that means getting rid of the side scuttle indicator, which is normally seen around this location. We've got brand new redesigned 18-inch diamond cut alloys, which look absolutely gorgeous against the legend grey colour on this model behind me. And they also sport a 225 width tyre compared to the 205 seen on the previous F56, meaning that there's more rubber in contact with the road, which means more grip, more go-kart-like feel, and it works to achieve that absolutely outstanding handling. We've got a nice gloss black belt line as standard with the sport trim and darkened rear privacy glass. The roof and mirrors on this particular model are finished in the new chili red too, a nice flat red colour which absolutely glows in today's sun. And the thing, of course, which I know your eyes were immediately drawn to when looking at the side of this car, that brand new enormous sporty spoiler which extends across the back of the car and sports the brand new John Cooper Works logo. Not only does it fatten up the side profile of this car, but also of the rear profile. So let's waste no time. Let's go around to the rear and have a look at what this car looks like from the back. And now moving around to the rear of the brand new Mini Cooper Electric, we reveal this lovely, sporty and brand new rear end styling. However, before we talk about that, if you're wondering where I got these lovely designer Mini sunglasses from, I got those from the Sycamore Peterborough eBay store. And you can too by following the link in the description. They're lovely, comfortable sunglasses, protect me from that glaring but lovely sun today, and they look extra cool when paired with the brand new Mini Cooper Electric. At the rear here, we've got these brand new tail lights, fully customizable, just like the front lights. Classic, favoured and John Cooper Works mode that being, and each one of these modules lights up to give a nice new style lighting effect, a bit more of a technology-like lighting effect, and they also twinkle when you unlock the car at night and in the day, but they're more visible at night and they look awesome. What a way to greet you when getting in your brand new Mini Cooper Electric. We've got a continuation of that brand new spoiler up here, also creates a little bit of a rain guard for the window from some road spray, but this looks absolutely fantastic. I'll actually go as far as saying it is 100% my favourite feature of the rear of this vehicle. It just gives it such an aggressive sporty stance. Who said electric vehicles can't look aggressive? Let's face it. And John Cooper Works logoing on either side of those, and including with that new Cooper S styling, and obviously if you go for the Cooper Electric, just Cooper on the back here printed in there nicely. It's a new twist, it's a new style, but it looks so stylish. And we've got this sporty style rear diffuser, again part of that John Cooper Works sport trim pack, which just gives this car extra sporty essence. And flush parking sensors in the rear here, actually just like the front as well, as I didn't mention that. Full parking sensors around as well as that vision system, reversing camera underneath here, and if we open the boot up, we reveal 210 litres of boot space, which as you can see hosts my camera gear nicely, as well as the case for these lovely designer Mini sunglasses. And underneath the floor, we do have a little bit of false floor storage to store your 7 kilowatt AC charging cable, which comes with the vehicle as standard to allow you to use AC public charging stations, and a wall box if you haven't already got a tethered cord with that. And if you've got a level 3 vehicle with the Harman Kardon audio system, there is a little bit of space taken up underneath there by the new subwoofer and amplifier design. But if you don't have Harman Kardon, then you can benefit from even more extra space. And up here in the boot as well, we do have a warning triangle should you need it, but of course, hopefully you won't do. It's now the time that you've all been waiting for. It's time to hop inside and take the Mini for a drive to discover that absolutely outstanding new handling, and also discover all of those redesigned new features and that centerpiece which really steals the show. But before we take the brand new Mini Cooper Electric for a drive, if you haven't already hit subscribe, please do so you don't miss out on any of our future exciting, exclusive Sycamore Mini content. You never know, we could help you find the perfect next Mini or answer any of your questions. So here you join me in the new Mini Cooper Electric, and you currently join me driving round some windy town roads. We're about to hit some typical bumpy British back roads, and the reason why I've chosen to begin our drive here is to talk about the handling of this new J01 model, as I think given the 300 to 400 miles I've driven in it now, it's definitely the thing which has stood out the most. Now, as a Mini owner myself, the go-kart feel is something that I enjoy the most and means a lot to me as a Mini owner. I know it does to a lot of you existing Mini owners out there, and if you haven't experienced the go-kart feel, then you're really missing out and you definitely need to try it. To increase the go-kart feel, Mini have gone for a smaller steering wheel throughout the new Mini range, even up to the Countryman, which is obviously the largest model. But in this 3-door J01, the small steering wheel feels very much at home, as it really is like being on a go-kart. Now, it is a known fact that electric vehicles do weigh more than their internal combustion brothers and sisters. However, the J01 is 1600 kilos, it's heavier than an internal combustion F66, but you really just do not feel that extra weight. The handling is absolutely outstanding, and as I said, it's the thing which has stood out to me the most. So the smaller steering wheel definitely makes the steering feel faster. The steering rack is definitely faster as well, as in less steering input does more. Very responsive steering, so now I'm on a 60 mile an hour open single carriageway windy road, and we'll progress up to 60. We're in personal mode, so just normal feeling steering. It's the same as Core, Vivid, Timeless, Balance, and Green, the other 6 driving modes, or 5 driving modes. There's 7 in total. Go-kart is in there as well, and go-kart does weight at the steering, which I'll talk about shortly. But the fast steering feels absolutely excellent, and if I just do a bit of a weave, the seats hold me in lovely, but the actual grip levels are fantastic, and along with that, the sheer lack of body roll. You'd expect an electric vehicle to have a fair bit of body roll given its weight. Absolutely not in the Mini Cooper Electric. It is fantastic, and it results in a very, very addictive driving experience. I've got the car in its B mode at the moment. There's D and B. Drive gives you normal adaptive braking, so if you let off the throttle it will coast unless there's something in front of you, then or you're approaching a junction, a roundabout, then it will give you adaptive braking. At the moment, if I've let off the throttle, I get, and you'll hear a bit of the sound, I get the full lot of adaptive braking. That's 60 to 30 like that. Then if I put my foot down, accompanied by the exciting noise, the acceleration is fantastic. 0 to 60 in around 6.5 seconds, thanks to the 330 newton meters of torque and 215 brake horsepower produced from that front wheel drive and front mounted motor. Absolutely phenomenal. And obviously then couple that with the handling, you get a very sporty inspired electric vehicle. There are a lot of features added to the new Mini generation, from things like the assisted driving mode, where the car will navigate round corners, not by itself, but with extra assistance for you. You still have to show attentiveness by holding the steering wheel, but I can't get enough of this sound. Let's get go-kart mode in. We'll scroll up, we'll get the noise, and if we then go forward, and we get that zap noise. That is very addictive. That's the new iconic sounds, which are another feature that have been added, along with, as I was mentioning before I got a little bit distracted by go-kart mode, the assisted driving and things like the 360-degree vision system, as well as that new comfort access feature of being able to walk up to the vehicle. So much more. I think the thing though which would be wrong to not talk about is this 240mm OLED display. If you haven't already watched our video on the Minis in the pod, I definitely suggest you go do so. Again, you can follow the link to that in the description, as that goes through all the fundamentals of this car before it was officially in production. Now that it's officially in production, pretty much all of the features are still there, if anything a few extras, but the 240mm OLED display is the showstopper in this car. It is absolutely phenomenal. OLED of course meaning that each individual pixel lights up itself, so we get true blacks, we get incredibly vibrant colour out of that display. So when you're in personal mode and you put a photo on just like this one, which I have done, subscribe to Sycamore Mini, It means that you get ultra high definition, and all of those little graphics which Mini have added, you can also enjoy them in a higher quality, which is fantastic. Why wouldn't you want that? At the top you get speed display, and with this being a level 3, we have got a head-up display in here as well, and that is a full colour head-up display for the first time ever in a Mini. Along with that 240mm OLED display, which is fully touchscreen operated by the way, we have these 5 switches down here. You've got the park mode, the drive button, the start stop button, the experiences mode, and your radio button, along with the hazards and a few things below. They are in the centre as they're meant to be inspired by the classic Mini, the 1960s Mini, where we have the speed dial in the middle and those 5 buttons down the centre, keeping a minimalistic design. I'm just stopped at a rail crossing here. You can hear the cabin is completely silent. Talking of things like silence and road noise, you can also enjoy your music even more in electric vehicles. There's no road noise to drown out things like the bass. And the Harman Kardon system in this car is absolutely fantastic. It consists of around 10 speakers. We've got tweeters up here, mid-bass drivers in the doors, as there is no room for those in the seats. We've got a mid-range driver in the centre of the dashboard and a subwoofer in the boot to really drop down the bass. And talking of audio, there's also a lot of sounds to be enjoyed in this Mini. For example, we're in go-kart mode. I'll change back to core. When we change back to core, we get a nice warm noise. If we change then into vivid, we get a bit more excited. If we want to relax, we can go to things like timeless. Still got a nice funky sound. Personal mode opens up our photo, and we get another nice noise. There's the subscribe to Sycamore Mini photo. And if we go into balance, we get our panoramic sunroof shut and a very relaxing sound, but we'll get that back open because we want to enjoy the 23-degree sun today. Now, as it stands, across the driving that I've done in this car, a mixture of spirited driving, gentle relaxing driving like this, driving down twisty roads, and also using the assisted driving mode on dual carriageways at 70 miles an hour, so national speed limit kind of levels, I've averaged 4.3 miles per kilowatt hour. Now, I did the math, multiplied that by the usable capacity of the battery, and that's bringing me out at a range of around 238.5 miles, which means that Mini's range quotient of 230 to 250 is exactly what you're going to get. If you put the car in green mode, I have absolutely no doubts that you'll achieve that full 250. I did try green mode and I saw another half a mile per kilowatt hour additional on top of my 4.3, so that's me to 4.8 miles per kilowatt hour, which actually then when you do the math nearly exceeds the 250, which is fantastic. So charging, of course, what is charging like? Charging is super easy with the J01. We've got that 7 kilowatt public charging cable in the back to make public charging, and use of a home wall box without a tethered cord, nice and easy. But DC charging, we can get up to 95 kilowatts, which is fantastic, especially using things like Ionity and BP Pulse fast stations out in public, which you're mostly going to find along motorway service stations where you really need to build up the range. And you don't have to worry about waiting long for charging, as not only do you have that 95 kilowatt DC fast charging rate, but we've also got the new Air Games console on this screen. Yes, this car has an inbuilt games console. All you've got to do is pull out your smartphone, scan the QR code on the screen, and you've got a range of games to choose from to play on your own or with your friends whilst you wait for your car to charge, or whilst you're having a break from driving. And just like I said earlier, there's so many quirky features on this car, and I think, to be honest, they give this car its character. They are the best, the most exciting and the most enjoyable features. And an honourable mention, without a doubt, is that interior camera. Yes, you can take selfies with your friends in your Mini on its interior camera. How cool is that? And they also go to your Mini app and to the Mini system, so you can download them and share them with your friends. The Mini navigation system has been improved to its best level yet. It is absolutely fantastic at navigating its way to places on the shortest routes or the quickest routes, and it will also tell you where and when to stop for charging, and it works this out not so much based on how far you can go physically before the battery dies, but more so where is the most convenient charge, where's the fastest and most efficient charge. So you can pop in your destinations worry-free and let it do the work for you. I would have absolute confidence driving this car from Sycamore Peterborough all the way to Scotland and back and letting Mini Navigation take care of my charging stops. All you've got to do is when you get to the charging stop is plug it in, follow the instructions on the charger and let the car charge. You can find out more about the different levels of specification on the Mini, the 1, 2 and 3, from the link in the description, and you can also speak to our expert team about speccing your own Mini, choosing the colour, all of the specification and making it your very own. My overall verdict on the J01, what an absolutely awesome new Mini family member. It's punchy, it's fast, it handles fantastic, it's packed with all the technology you could possibly wish for, and it still remains very Mini, which is so important, keeping the brand heritage going and keeping Mini to be that iconic brand that it always has been. So overall, a 10 out of 10 from me, and I can comfortably say that if I had to choose an electric vehicle throughout the range, it would have to be this brand new J01. I urge you to come and test drive it with us at Sycamore Peterborough, as I know you'll fall in love with it just as much as I have. So there we have it, our first look and drive of the brand new and very highly anticipated Mini Cooper Electric J01. If you're considering making the switch to fully electric, leave us a comment below with any of your questions, or you can contact our expert team on inquiries at sycamoremini.co.uk. And why not book a test drive on the brand new J01 Mini Electric and fall in love with it? All you've got to do is follow the link in the description to book your test drive with us at Sycamore Peterborough today. Our expert team are on hand to help you find out more about making the fully electric switch and even help you make that switch. And if you've enjoyed today's video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already, so we know to produce more content like this and we can help you find that perfect Mini for you. I'm Harry from Sycamore Peterborough. Thank you very much for watching our video today and have a fantastic day. Take care.